Peace, family. Today's conversation is all about toxic traits and how sometimes we mask it with quote unquote productivity. This conversation arose because I attempted to slow down and I found myself saying, no, 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 just 10 more minutes, just 10 more minutes. And then I found myself after analyzing my day, I've been snacking all day. And they've been healthy snacks. They've been grapes and apples and smoothies and tea. And these aren't necessarily bad things, but I found that it has become more difficult for me to want to not do things. I've been caught up in this do, move, move, move. And that is an issue. That's a coping mechanism. At least that's what I've come to the conclusion. It's a coping mechanism. There's some things that I have to keep addressing. I got to go beneath the surface. And so before I go and take this hour or so to just be with myself, I want to share the insight and just the idea in what I notice in today's society. And it's this: we are in a rush. We are in such a rush. And this is an issue because it doesn't allow us to be in control. I talked to a few different people and they like, I want to build up this momentum. And it's okay to want to build up momentum. I'm not saying anything's bad about that, but sometimes I'm curious to think, or I'm curious, would you keep doing what you're doing if you didn't have momentum? Do you know how to stop, start? And what I mean by that is I feel that people are afraid to stop because they are moving off of momentum or unconscious habits than conscious decision making. Now, this is a big thing to me because when you wake up, I think you should have routines. I definitely believe that. But your routine should not define you. Your routines are there as a supplement to your purpose, to your decision making, to the goals that you have in life. And I say it in that manner because you're not always going to be routined, or sometimes things happen and your routines get thrown off. And if you are only surviving or being quote unquote successful because of your routine, that is something that I want to highlight to you, because I wonder if you ever get to the moment where you're burnt out and you're tired, do you know how to take a long enough break to recover and not just to maintain? And what do I mean by that? A lot of people are just maintaining where they're at because they take a long enough break to maintain instead of getting that full 8 hours of rest and actually rejuvenating their body, mind, and spirit. They rather just get 4 so they can wake up and keep working. And you might have good intentions for it, and it might be something that you are passionate about. But realize, if it's for you and you're working towards it, you will get there. You don't tear off and be at war with yourself to get to a destination. In my view, that means the destination is not for you. Now, sometimes we have to tear off parts of ourselves, and I mean the conditioned part of ourselves. We have to get rid of these programs that no longer serve us. But oftentimes, some of the things that we sacrifice in the name of quote unquote success they're not good for us. They're not very beneficial. They actually don't help us move the ball forward in a long-term manner. They may help us move forward for a year or two, but everything is instant or delayed. And if you delay the effects of something, that means they're going to compound, and that means they're probably going to come at you at an inopportune time. Burnout, fatigue, crash. I've heard about it in so many different success stories where they get burnt out, they crash, they don't feel motivated anymore. They literally have to stop because they can't get out of bed, or their body is all jacked up, their adrenals are all thrown off, and they're in a state of imbalance at the peak of their career, at the peak of their accomplishments, of their progress. And so I wanted to just talk to you today and and encourage you to be patient and be gentle with yourself, maybe slow down a little bit. And remember, the destination is not as important as the journey. Because guess what? When you get to the destination, the journey's over. And then you're going to be looking for another destination, another destination. I call it destination addiction. And the only way to get rid of destination addiction is enjoying the journey, enjoying the process, being fully present in all of the different ways, being present in all of the different facets that you are becoming and growing into. Meditation is so powerful, not because you are controlling anything, but in fact, because you are not controlling anything and you get to be the observer. You're not in the race, you're observing the race. And that's one of the most blissful spots you can be in. I think, there's a delicate balance that has to be drawn between being the observer and being the racer. But we shouldn't even be racing, You're gonna race, run your race. Don't try to keep up with everybody else. Keep up with you. Do something that's sustainable. And that's really the crux of this conversation. Make sure that your habits are sustainable. Make sure that what you're doing is sustainable. Please do your best to not get into these modes where you just drill, grind, and then you are forced to take a long hiatus afterwards because you didn't upkeep your body, you didn't stay balanced within the body, or maybe it's in the mind, or maybe even your spirit, you neglect some of your practices. And look, I get it. Sometimes you will have to sacrifice temporarily, but my view is don't make sacrifice a common thing all the time. Now, when you want to go to bigger and better levels, you do have to sacrifice. I'm not saying that you don't have to ever sacrifice, but you shouldn't be sacrificing all the time. That's just my view on it. You shouldn't be sacrificing all the time. Unless you're in the rebuilding phase, or you're in the healing phase, because you're getting rid of a lot of stuff. But this is just a reminder, fam. Make sure you have your balance as you're moving forward. Make sure that you are loving on yourself. Make sure you're patient with yourself. Make sure that you are doing what is necessary and not what you think is necessary. What are the few or the key things that will actually help you move the needle forward? Not what do you need to do to, not writing a 10-year, 5-year plan and doing everything in a week. No, do what's needed today and let that be enough. Breathe afterwards. Make your habits sustainable. Make your progress sustainable. Make your progress and your process enjoyable. That's one of the biggest keys that I see that a lot of people are missing out on. Their process is not enjoyable. They're doing things that they don't want to do. And look, there is a saying, a fool does what he wants, a man does what he must. But you can put what you must do and what you want to do into alignment. That's what getting clarity is all about. And if you're somebody looking for that, I'm always extending my invitation out here, because this is what I came here to do. Look, if your talents and skills aren't paying the bills, you're working harder than you need to, I can help with that. And if you'd like help with it, I want you to reach out. You can go to cpc.iallg.com. Check that out. If it sounds like a fit for you, let's have a call. And if it doesn't sound like a fit for you, let's go to iallg.com and join the village. It's free. Learn some skills, learn some talents, learn some tricks. And ultimately, let's just make the world a better place. That's really what we're here for. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to make the world a better place. I'm here to empower the dreamers so they can become visionaries, so they can actually live out their dream. Think about this, family. Most dreamers stop dreaming. But the itch that most people have, that's because they're a dreamer and they're trapped in a box and they're like, I want out of the box. I want out of the box. But we don't know how to get rid of the box. And we also don't know how to monetize our skills and our talents. And look, remember this, family, money is just a medium of exchange. We have to recognize that. We have to get comfortable with it. And we can't keep looking at charging for our gifts and our talents as a bad thing. That's going to lead you to burnout. I know this is a kind of a long-winded conversation, but hey, it is what it is. Family, you're going to lead to burnout if you're not charging for your talents and your gifts. You're not charging for the things that you're naturally good at. You are missing out on the purpose of life. Why not get paid Why not have your life financed by doing what you were born to do? Think about that. Why not get paid for doing the things that you were born to do? Why not have your life financed by providing value to people in the best way that you provide value, your talents and your skills? And look, I can get it because sometimes it's very hard to discover our talents and skills, especially in this society. They don't teach us about a lot of things that we can do. They teach us to be parts of a machine that we don't really even understand. And instead we can create our own machine, our own infrastructure, our own thing, our own business, our own life. If only we knew the power that rests inside. And that's what I'm here to do. Help you remember the power that's inside. Help you monetize the power that's inside so you can get what you want and you can create an impact that you want. Not what you're limited to, but what you want to create. We're here to create things, family. And a lot of the times, the thing that's missing from creation is the inner work. And I don't mean just doing the shadow work. Sometimes we got to reshift things. Sometimes we got to learn new things. Law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, as without. You can learn a lot by leveraging other people instead of trying to go on this road by yourself. Look, I've done it a lot of times, going on this road by myself. And that's where I'm getting back into balance, because I'm like, y'all got to do everything. I don't want to take a break, because if I take a break, I'm going to lose my momentum. If I lose my momentum, that's way too much work to do to bring it all the way back. No. How about we do this instead? How about you focus what you're good at and you outsource, or you leverage other things that you're not good at to the people who are good at those things. It's called working smarter, not harder. And family, I'm not going to keep stretching this longer than it needs to be. I just want you to develop a balanced plan for life. And if you want help discovering a balanced plan for life, if you'd like help on discovering your talents and your skills, if you'd like help formulating these things into a concrete action plan that you can take out into the world and execute on, let's have a conversation. You can check out my social at brother.ksty. That's BROTHER.KOSTI. That's on Instagram. You can also check out my site, IALLG.com. You can book a call. You can go to cpc.iallg.com. Whatever you're going to do, take action today. Let's build, let's grow, let's expand. This is Brother 𝐁𝐫𝐶 signing out. I'll talk to you soon, family. Peace.